I'm LP Master 6, and welcome to Mario's Photo Studio, most commonly referred to as Mario no Photopi, because nobody ever likes to translate or localize the names of Japan-only games. So thank you big time to the fan translator who made this translation patch and this Western-oriented, beautiful title graphic for us. I will put a link to that patch in the description, not the ROM though, for obvious reasons, if you would like to check it out. Which you may not want to, because part of the reason this is a very obscure Nintendo 64 Mario game is because this was not marketed by Nintendo as a game. This was supposed to be a product. Product? Okay, all games are products. This was supposed to be photo editing software more than a game. This was meant to be a competitor to personal computer applications, showing you that, hey, Nintendo 64 is just as good as a personal computer, which it wasn't. I'm not sure how well they accomplished their goal with this. They never released sales numbers, not that I know of anyway, so probably not that great. I don't know if this is regarded as a failure or what, but I apologize. We're going to have a bit of a long intro here because there's a lot to explain with this game, because another reason it's very obscure is because this is not a regular N64 cartridge. This has two SmartMedia card slots at the top of the cartridge, and you might be wondering, what the hell are SmartMedia cards? And I was too. I've never heard of them outside of this game and the Wikipedia article while researching this for SmartMedia cards, which I got a little mini deep dive to go on later about SmartMedia cards versus SD cards, but you could think of these as a sort of shitty predecessor. They're not really a predecessor. They did come before, but not by much. They were more competitors to SD cards, even though SmartMedia cards are entirely obsolete nowadays, and they've mostly deteriorated, apparently, which is not good for a storage device. So SD cards won with good reason, but they were mostly used in digital cameras and stuff when those rose to prominence in the late 90s. But before we get a move on here, I'd like to pay attention to the names at the bottom of this screen. Now, Wikipedia lists this game as having 5 publishers, which is ridiculous because no game has 5 publishers, right? So I did as much research as I could to clear up what company did what, because this was a big partnership. Nintendo listed a bunch of companies in a press release on December 2nd, 97 when they announced this game. So Nintendo obviously provided the IP, did the press release, and, quote, provided some computer graphics for the game. They also provided the hardware, the Nintendo 64, but computer memory company Hagiwara Syscom is often credited in sources for developing and publishing the game, but I can only find evidence that they showed the game at, I think, 2, maybe more convention booths. So I don't know what they actually had to do with the game other than showing it at conventions, because as you can see by the title screen, the publisher and developer are Tokyo Electron and Dot Japan, respectively. Both companies are credited for putting the SmartMedia slot in the cartridge separately. So I don't know which one actually did it. Maybe both did it, but sources only gave them credit once each separately and thought one of them did it and not the other. So I actually have no clue. But both of these companies are electronics makers, not game developers. This is the second time we've seen an electronics manufacturer develop a Mario game. The first time being Panasonic doing Yoshi's Cookies and Kuropan Oven, which I also Let's Played. But Tokyo Electron is actually a big-time semiconductor manufacturer. If you don't know what a semiconductor is, it's something to do with computer chips. I don't actually know. I'm not really a tech-savvy guy. But we have one company left, and that is Fujifilm, whose photo printing services were somehow involved. I don't know how that's special or how they were involved with this actual game, because you could just take SmartMedia cards and print them at Fujifilm kiosks without Mario being involved whatsoever, because it's not like you could plug the cartridge in to a kiosk as far as I'm aware, the cartridge for this game. So I don't know, but they did endorse the game. Maybe they funded part of it. I have no idea. But let's finally get a move on, shall we? Wouldn't that be nice and beautiful? I don't know how the loading is so weird because it's a Nintendo 64 game, but whatever. Look at these nice little graphics. Charming. Oh, the soundtrack is great. No idea who composed it, though. It was hard enough finding out, you know, what companies were involved and how. A SmartMedia card is not present. The card is write protected or there is no space remaining. So, because they haven't figured out how to emulate that yet, because again, very obscure technology these days, we cannot go into the studio or service, whatever that menu does. But look at that window over there. It's nice Mario 1 graphics in 1998 style. We can exit, but we don't want to do that right now. So let's go into options. Goodbye. The door sound effect in Mario just slowly walking in there. I love it. It's so charming to me for some reason. The whole door theming, I don't know why. It's so simple and basic, but we can turn the music off. But why would we want to do that? There are 21 great songs you can hear on YouTube. Somebody uploaded the soundtrack. I believe it's... No, completely forgot the name of the uploader. But it's under Mario No Photopi, of course, and not Mario's Photo Studio for some ungodly reason. Yeah, we're just going to leave everything on because why not? Here's what all the controls do if you're interested. We can also turn off quick keys, even though you can just simply not press those buttons, right? But I guess it's better to have more options than to not. Although, they did take out an option during development to swap between stereo and mono sound. I believe we are permanently locked into stereo, but no third headphones option. That has been confusing me for like several years on the channel. Why that's different than stereo, I don't know how, but whatever. We didn't even have to talk about it this Let's Play, but I did it anyway. It's how we finally get into some gameplay, because we can't actually edit any photos here or go into slides. I know you're clamoring for some slides, but we can't. We can just go into game. Now, what is the actual game part, aside from the photo editing we can't do? And it is pretty cool. You can import your own photos to a Mario game in 1998. So I will give it credit for that. I don't dislike the game or anything. But by default, we have access to... oh, that actually needs to stay there anyway. The title screen. We can import our own photos. But... we obviously don't have anything there. Again, 2 slots, so you can transfer data. That is pretty nifty. Oh, yeah, press B to get out of it. Oh, no. That's okay. I think we'll survive. So the tricky thing with this little puzzle is actually pretty cool because I never see puzzle games like this. I don't play a lot of them because I'm terrible at them, so that's probably why. But, oh, okay, we want this over here. So every time you move something... it mirrors itself. So to get it in the right spot, you often have to move it twice. Oh, I find that neat. We're actually getting insanely lucky. That took me 3 minutes the first time I tried it. Congratulations! Well, we can play level 2 much harder. I've never beaten level 2 or 3. I thought I'd save it for the Let's Play. Also, hey, it's Yoshi. So we get the order that things are supposed to go in. I'm not going to have that memorized, and that's going to change. But you can press that at any time. But shall we go on a little tirade about SmartMedia cards? They were developed by Toshiba. They were probably developed in 1995. Though that doesn't have an actual source. So maybe not. Is that too low? Yeah. It has to be, because there's not going to be anything up there. Okay, you go here. I'm gonna get really stumped on this. I'm surprised I'm doing this well so far. Photo, that's gonna go here. No, we gotta do this. Yes. It's gonna be impossible, even more than actually finishing this puzzle, than to talk over it. Oh no! We're doing it wrong. Okay, the P. Oh, this goes here. Yes, but SmartMedia cards rose to prominence and peaked in 2001. So this was ahead of its time. This was supposed to be pretty cool for its time. But again, today completely obsolete and deteriorated. They are not the same thing as SD cards. SD cards do not work with this game. SD cards were a competitor. What? Okay, this is going to go up here, probably. Right. Oh, wait, what? Hold on, where's this going to go? Okay, I feel like... No? Hold on, maybe... Will this look right? Like this. Yes. Yes, because... Okay. Nice, we got that. What goes up there, though? Oh, this. This does. Is that backwards? Yes, that is backwards. All right, so that's good now. Yes. Let's butcher the time while I look at my notes. I have a surprising amount of notes for this game. SD cards were invented by SanDisk and Panasonic and Toshiba. So, actually, they weren't really competing because Toshiba made both of them. But, you know, whatever. What are you doing? What are you doing? There we go. Okay, camera there. Mario's ear is already there. Oh, we just gotta get Toad flipped around, right? Yes. Toad there. Camera there. And, oh no, we gotta flip you guys. Okay. How am I gonna do this? No, that doesn't do it. It's not gonna do it. You need to do this. Okay, and will you guys... Wait, that's not right. Oh, this is flopped somehow. No. Okay. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to focus on this for a minute here. Have I mentioned I'm terrible at this sort of puzzle? That looks so weird. Okay, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, they're all in the right place. Oh, wait. Wait. Is this backwards? Oh my god, it is. It is backwards. I didn't even notice. Yes. Oh, that was good and hard. What was our time? Oh, we get a nice little jingle for that. That's not in the soundtrack on YouTube. 3 minutes, 38 seconds. Okay. But they made SD cards that 3 company ventured to compete with Sony's memory stick, which, I mean, they definitely destroyed the competition. Have you ever heard of a memory stick today? I think I may have heard of it when I was a lot younger. I am 26. I was born in 98, to give you reference. I am slightly older than this game, which came out December 2nd, 1998. All right, here we go. God, how many pieces is this? 24? Looks like 24. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, we're going to be using the hint a lot for this. The timer doesn't start until you actually click something, so that's nice. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's use the hint. That looks good, right? 2. Okay, so Mario's... I think you go here. Then where's the U? Okay. Okay. I know there's more of the blue letters. Up here. Up here. Yes. Yes. Okay. So we just need Photo Studio. Right? Mario's photo. Where's the top part of photo? Oh, yes, that's right there. Oh, good. Oh, I feel smart. Oh, I thought this was part of Toad's head because it was fooling me right next to it. Wait, what? That must be for studio. Okay. Oh. Okay, we got this right, but it's not in the right spot at all. So we're going to have to move it right here, I'm guessing. Yes, definitely. Studio. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, we're still missing this O. Nice. That still doesn't look right, though. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh. Oh, so this was right the first time. So I just wasted a bunch of time. That's fine. I guess, whatever. Let me take a short break and look at some notes here. Do you guys want to know about how the game worked? Images are compatible with the EXIF format, EXIF, that was invented in 1995 and is apparently used for a bunch of stuff today. I'm not sure how, but also 10, 11, 12. Where's the bottom part of the P? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I guess that is right. Hold on. Let's go ahead and get 4 and 5 in there. Okay, you guys are down here. Is this going to be right? No, that doesn't look right at all. Oh, wait, that's not going to do it either. Gotta move it this many times. Thank you. Okay. And I think we want you. We want you so bad to be right there. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10. No. You're not going to cut it. We need you to do that. Yes, thank you. All right, we are almost a third of the way there. We're almost 3/5, actually, because we only just have to do that. Yes, perfect. We got 2 rows. We don't have to, 3 rows we don't have to mess with at all anymore. All right, 16, 17, 18 are all right here. I think. Yes. Yes. Mario's camera. Okay. Perfect. We got that little quadrant. I think this is right as well. Looks like we got 2 toads cut apart there. All right, so this is accurate. So that means... Okay. So now we just gotta... All right, we gotta play this little game again. All right, you're in the right place. Now... Nope. Okay. I'll swap you guys. No. Can I cancel? Yes. Okay, good. You can cancel. That's nifty. Please? Wait, what's... Oh, no, it is backwards. This one. Hold up, hold up. Cancel you. Oh, now this one's backwards. Okay, do we have them all in the right place at least? Wait, is 23 backwards? Does that mean... No, because we have to swap them 3 times. We got to get somebody else in the mix. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, so, I just noticed this. So the red letters mean, or the red font, the red numbers mean it's in place. But the blue ones mean they're out of place. How am I going to do this? No, okay, no. You here. Oh! 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 Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful, jaunty jingle that was. Oh, thank you. I do feel congratulated. I feel accomplished. I did it in less than 5 minutes. This is probably the most boring video I've ever done. If you've never seen me before, I am Let's Playing every game related to every series in the original Super Smash Bros., with some exceptions, in release order. Alright, we got one thing left to do. Go into the gallery. Well, I don't know anything about the EXIF format compared to JPEG, but JPEG is not compatible with this game. Only the EXIF format. I don't know if that's what the extension was called or what, but we actually cannot do anything here at all. No, you know what? We'll keep our lack of data, because why not? Sure. Okay, we can swap over here. Work and photo. Sure, does that mean like the edited photos versus the original photos? I have no clue. But that's it. For Mario's Photo Studio, that is all we can do. I read somewhere there is a way you can actually edit photos somehow with pre-made graphics, but I'm not sure. I read that the game was made playable without SmartMedia cards in 2017. But this little message at the top implies to me that it was always playable, so I don't know if they found a way to bypass that and just put stock imagery. But the translation came out in 2019, which the fact all of those things were after I started the channel makes me feel really old, like because those were, you know, that translation was 6 years ago, and the actual playability of the game was, I can't even do that math. 8 years ago. That was all after the Switch 1 came out. And the Switch 2 is coming out soon. Oh my god. Sorry, I won't get distracted anymore. I'll try my best. But 9 pre-made SmartMedia cards were produced for the game. With various graphics and pictures you can edit and everything. They included graphics for Yoshi's Story, Ocarina of Time, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, that is, which I just Let's Played, so a good connection there. Bomberman, Hello Kitty, Cardcaptor Sakura, Sylvanian Families. We're getting to the stuff where I have no idea what it is. That is apparently a line of animal figures and dollhouses. Metabots, which is an RPG series that was relatively obscure, especially in the West for the time. And Himitsu no Ako-chan, which is some magical girl manga series. And I have no clue what the last one is. That was only 8, but there were 9. So, no clue. That is the right number, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it's fascinating for you to hear me count on this video. But I couldn't find what the last one was themed after at all. Maybe Mario, but I feel like they'd remember that. I'm pretty sure as far as Nintendo themes go, we just got Yoshi's Story and Ocarina of Time. But the game was originally slated on the announcement on December 2nd, 97 to come out in November of 98. But they were slacking, I guess, and it came out a year exactly after the press release. Nintendo 64 DD compatibility was announced then as well, and it was planned to store more images to prevent the need for a computer because it had a ton of storage. That's all I was going to do as far as I'm aware, just store more photos. But that compatibility was removed because the 64 DD kept getting delayed. So instead of just having an expansion port for it later or something, they just completely took it out and gave up. Because the DD was still not out when this game came out. The game sold for the equivalent of, in 2025, anyway, not at the time, I'm accounting for inflation here, $74.07 USD. That's a little high, but I guess I can see why. But why would you pay that much for photo editing software in 98? Why would you need that? I mean, it was fun, sure, I bet. But I think 64 games, because of how they were cartridges, were more expensive anyway. I'm not sure. I should have looked more into that. As far as critical reception went, PC Watch Magazine enjoyed the game, but criticized using the EXIF format instead of something like JPEGs. Which makes even more sense to me in this day and age, because I don't know what EXIF is. There is an unused English font in the game. It goes entirely unused, and I don't believe it's used here. It's more in the style of like the numbers were. It's kind of fancier. The cutting room floor speculates it may have been intended for credits, which are not in the game at all. But the cutting room floor, if you don't know, is where I find a ton of information on unused content and regional and version differences. So feel free to check that out. But that is all my notes, so we can finally go to the final door, exit. Goodbye! And I will see you in my next Let's Play, which is definitely more of a game. Another Nintendo 64 game, as promised, that starts with Mario and ends with a word that starts with P. Mario Party! So I will see you guys then. Thank you so much for tolerating my info dump on this photo editing software. I love you all very much. I'm LP Master 6. I will see you then for some fun, beautiful multiplayer action. I don't want to end on that cringy display of the word action. So